Hey everyone, it's your movie club, and today we're watching House at the End of the Street. A husband and wife wake to a noise in the house, but it's only their daughter Carrie Ann sleepwalking down the hall. Mom steps out to guide the girl back to bed, and the daughter brings a hammer down on her head. Then the child storms into the master bedroom and murders her father. His poor soul seems to lift amid a blizzard of bloody pillow feathers. 4 years later, in a village inside a national park, a mother and daughter, Sarah and Alyssa, move in. Right next door sits the house where the girl once killed her parents, but it's vacant now. Alyssa wanders the surrounding woods and finds torn clothing. A chill runs through her, and it feels like someone is watching from the thicket. At home, she tries to reconnect with her mother, but it's rough. She lived with her dad for a long time, and he died recently. Now mother and daughter are learning how to coexist. In the night, a noise outside wakes Sarah. She peeks out the window, and a light is blazing in the abandoned house. The next day at a neighbor's place, Sarah asks who could be prowling there. It turns out the son of the murdered couple, Ryan, lives in that house. Alyssa meets the neighbor's rich kid's son, Tyler. He does charity, collecting donations with classmates for hungry children. Meanwhile, the adults grumble that locals wanted the place demolished, but the guy refused, and their property values are sinking thanks to such a ghastly neighbor. Ryan didn't witness the killings. He was staying with an aunt in another city at the time. His unhinged sister, after slaughtering their parents, supposedly drowned. But the body was never found. People suspect she hides in the forest, stealing food from locals. Alyssa spooks. What if that psycho was the one watching her from the trees? In school next morning, Tyler invites her to a volunteers meeting. There's not much to do out here in the sticks, so Alyssa agrees. But the charity is just a cover. The kids party and play poker. Dad supplies the donations so the college recommendation looks better. Tyler gets drunk and paws at Alyssa, so she snaps and heads home through the night woods. A car pulls up beside her, and a soft-eyed guy offers a ride. It's Ryan, and the student is afraid of him, but the pelting rain forces her to accept. In the car, Alyssa tactlessly asks the neighbor about the murders. He doesn't get angry because he's long used to curiosity. The guy says living alone in a big house is tough. Once he finishes renovations, he'll sell everything. They talk about music, and then Ryan drops his new acquaintance off. Back home, he cooks dinner and then heads down to a hidden crawl space, where in a secret little room he keeps his deranged sister. The moment he steps in, Carrie Ann attacks, but her brother gives her a sedative, speaking to her softly. Next morning at school, Alyssa meets Jillian, who'd been at the party. She calls Tyler a jerk and introduces the new girl to her brother and his friend. The boys have Googled that Alyssa sang in a band, and they invite her to a rehearsal. Alyssa's mom works at the hospital and nervously asks her patient, Cop Bill, about Ryan. He thinks well of the guy. First, the parents dumped him on an aging aunt, and then that nightmare with the murders. His life is no picnic, and people just love to spin gossip. Alyssa brings Ryan a disc of her favorite music, and he was listening to her songs on the internet right now. The curious teen notices his huge stash of canned food. He says he hates driving into town often. Boldly, she looks through the house, including Carrie Ann's pink room full of teddy bears. Alyssa is puzzled. She was 13, but this looks like a little kid's space. Ryan sighs sadly. Carrie Ann was the soul of the family, but everything changed after a terrible accident. Their parents used illegal substances and stuck the brother with watching his sister. The girl fell from a swing, suffered a brain injury, and turned aggressive, screaming, lashing out, smashing things. She kept bolting to the forest, so their parents put bars on the windows. Alyssa sympathizes with the guy, and he's grateful for the attention, but he's anxious. His sister is right downstairs. Seeing the neighbor out, he hurries to check on the captive and forgets to lock her door. At home, the student tells her mother she visited Ryan, and Sarah doesn't like it. In her view, Alyssa loves saving broken boys a little too much. The mad little sister slips from her den and sprints through the woods, and her brother races after her. Carrie Ann skulks near the neighbor's house, and Alyssa has no idea a psychopath is close by and intent on ending her life. She hears a noise at the door and, fearless, opens it. Then someone touches her shoulder from behind. It's Jillian, who laughs that she startled her. She came in quietly because the door was open. Meanwhile, beneath the deck, Ryan wrestles his sister down and gags her. In the morning, the student rehearses with new friends, and that evening she learns Mom invited Ryan for dinner. He thanks them for including him. Other neighbors shun him. Alyssa tensely watches Mom knock back wine by the glass. The neighbor admits his parents inherited the house and money, and he lives off those funds. He's in a distance learning program, saving up to go pre-med. He wants to become a psychiatrist. Alyssa shares that her mother saw a psychiatrist for a long time after splitting up with her dad. Sarah finally blows and unloads on the neighbor, saying her daughter should be studying, not running after a grown man. Ryan nervously agrees and retreats, and the daughter rages that after all these years, Mom decided to play caregiver again. Whatever happened in her own life, Alyssa isn't the same. In the morning, Sarah complains to Bill that she fears her daughter will repeat her mistake and choose the wrong guy. Alyssa often finds someone damaged and rushes to rescue him, but the cop thinks the girl is simply sensitive. The next day, Alyssa apologizes to Ryan and asks for a lift. Mom calls, and the daughter lies that she's home alone. In reality, she forwarded the landline to her cell and is strolling the woods with Ryan. He says everyone has secrets and takes his friend to a tree where you can make out a human face. Ryan observes that people miss the mysteries right in front of their noses. The girl gently says she likes his way of seeing the world and kisses her neighbor. They keep flirting back at his place, and over the intercom the sister hears it. She rattles her door to shake loose the key hidden atop the jamb. Alyssa steps to the bathroom and the maniac is already out, lurking around the corner with a knife. The brother spots movement and quickly ushers his friend out without explanation. The sister bolts into the forest again and spooks a couple making out in their car. The girl screams that it's Carrie Ann, but her date laughs it off, and the brother seizes his crazed sister and, restraining her, accidentally snaps her neck. He sobs violently and loads the limp body into his trunk. At home, Mom tries to have a heart-to-heart with Alyssa, but the daughter is indifferent. At dawn, Ryan carries his sister's body into the woods, then sits grief-stricken in a cafe, where a cute waitress tries to cheer him up. He calls Alyssa, promising to tell her something, and she invites him to the school concert. The neighbor comes and tries not to react to the local boy's taunts. They smash his car and then jump Ryan 6-1. He finally explodes and breaks ringleader Tyler's leg. The kid shrieks in pain, and everyone around stares in horror at the psycho. Ryan runs, Alyssa chases, and she gets to his house first. The boys have torched it in revenge, and the brave neighbor douses a flaming curtain. Her worried mother calls to say injured Tyler has been brought to the hospital. The student defends Ryan and claims she's home. Officer Bill comforts Sarah, saying he'll check on Ryan and then drop by Alyssa's. Meanwhile, Tyler's mom demands they arrest the attacker, but the cop stands up for the guy, since her darling boy threw the first punch, didn't he? Back at Ryan's, Alyssa is puzzled to see women's tampons in the trash and snoops through the house until she hits a hidden room. Suddenly revived Carrie Ann lunges out with a gag in her mouth. Her brother rushes in and screams at her to leave. Alyssa flees upstairs in terror, and Ryan sedates his sister again and cuffs her. A waitress's t-shirt hangs on a hook, and the unconscious girl shows only one blue eye. Alyssa finds a contact lens and the waitress's ID, and it clicks. Ryan abducted the waitress to replace his blue-eyed sister. At that moment, he appears, spots the woman's wallet in Alyssa's hands, slams her head into a door, and ties her up. Ryan admits the real Carrie Ann didn't go insane at all. That day, she died when she fell from the swing. But he still needs a sister. Only one, though. So the waitress is now expendable. The young maniac's confession is interrupted by the cop, who asks Ryan to give a statement in the morning and promises to smooth things over. Ryan lies that Alyssa isn't there, but the cop notices the wallet and calls the student's phone. Her cell trills loudly on the floor. Bill draws his gun, and Ryan grabs a knife and kills the lights. In the dark, the psychopath shoves Bill down the stairs and reminds him he could have stopped all this years ago. The cop used illegal substances with Ryan's parents the night his sister died. They couldn't show up to the police in that state and secretly buried the girl instead. Bill insists he was protecting the boy, but Ryan says he was protecting himself and hacks the cop with a knife. Meanwhile, Alyssa frees herself by burning through the ropes with a fallen lamp, writhing in pain. She ambushes the maniac from behind a door, but she can't get out of the house and hides in the garage. Ryan catches the student, chloroforms her, and stuffs her in the trunk, where the dead waitress already lies. Just then, the doorbell rings. It's frantic Sarah, who got worried when Bill never called and drove over herself. Alyssa kicks out the rear seat, crawls into the cabin, and smashes a window in the garage. Mom hears her daughter screaming, rushes to help, and takes a screwdriver to the gut. Alyssa finds the cop's pistol and fires wildly, but Ryan kills the lights. However, Mom still carries a keepsake lighter from her ex, and as the girl strikes it, she spots the psycho and shoots him. Then she carefully fishes the car keys from his pocket. He suddenly grabs her, but Sarah comes through and whacks him on the head with a hammer. A few weeks pass and what's left of the family moves away from that cursed place. Before leaving, Alyssa shows her mother Ryan's face in the tree, but the healthy woman sees nothing. And the maniac himself, now in a psychiatric ward, remembers how his mother dressed him as a girl so no one would suspect his sister was dead. The parents lied that the son was living with an aunt until he was old enough to take revenge on them. After that, he kept finding himself new Carrie Anns and caring for them as best he knew how. That's where the movie ends. Thanks to everyone who stayed to the very end of the video. Please hit the like button on this video, leave a comment with your opinion about the film, and see you in the next videos.